You want to go now? I can send you now. I can give you till night. Our teleportation wizard. What are you doing?
Why would I ask for your help whenever you are very busy?
no.
Obviously.
Do you see how long it took us?
Oh my gosh.
Whatever.
The
Find
war is
me.
over,
Thank
you
you.
two.
Find
Thank
me
you, Zach.
when you need to leave. I'll get you home instantaneously. Okay? I got stuff to do. I'm gonna miss you. Step back and get back to paperwork.
He's overwhelmed. And you're under a lot of stress. Try not to take it personally.
I don't. Not anymore.
I'm going to see if I can solve a problem in just an afternoon. I was in the middle speaking with Nadia. I don't want to lose the resources that Torin had. If I can secure that, who knows, it might help in the future.
You were created to be his successor. Do what he could not. Make a stronger Zendrik.
I will.
Then I am ready to go. I'll pull out my holy symbol, which is just like this little knotted, gnarled, just branch with just this little firefly that seems to be magically stay just right in the middle of it, and it just touches the branches and the knots every so often and stays there. I will hand it to Zarius. As he's like doing his stuff, I'll come over next to him, next to the table. I'll show it to him. This was produced using wood through the forest of Fontainebleau. It is from there.
All right.
Take me home.
DM, I have a weird question. Is this magical? A magic item?
It's a holy symbol.
No. It can be a holy symbol without being a magic item. I'm asking for a very specific reason. Because
I came up with that shit on the spot. I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway, it's gonna work. Regardless, it's gonna work. I'm just trying to find a loophole for later.
I had a fucking feeling you were trying for that, you bastard.
So, is it just you? All right. Hold still.
Break a pinky.
I need your pinky.
I look at my wooden hand.
Yeah.
I'll take the very tip of the pinky
Just
off.
the tip.
Thank
You can like, you know,
Or peel
like
a piece of
snap
bark
a tea.
off.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I'll peel a
Yeah.
piece of bark off.
No, he wants to give the tip.
Actually, yeah, fuck it. It would actually look super cool to just have
sure.
like missing a fucking
Yep.
pinky tip. Yeah,
Yep.
I'm fine with that.
I'm gonna put that in a little vial, cork it, label it, Bob Dylan. All right. So I can send Yara after you. What the heck? Sheesh. You're dense. Teleport.
Oh, it's just done in
No, just poof, you're gone.
sheesh, you're dense. And like right as you're about to say something, you're involved, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Well, you and I will have a conversation later.
You're just there. No consent. Or well, there was consent, but
There
it was
was
just like
consent.
I'm not
It was-
ready.
Oh,
Fuck. Just bam.
Look, man, he's busy. He doesn't have time to waste.
And he's thinking of sending Yara. That's a great way to send Yara there.
Yep.
And I said, "Come get me when you're ready." So you showed up. I'm like, okay, see ya.
Yep. I mean, I expected exactly that. I said my pieces. I've done my shit. I've planted the seed. I'm gone. See ya.
Aha! That guy
Ah,
planted a seed. Who else has something for this day?
Definitely gotta let those if no one else talking, all the nice fun generals from Dragonlandia and people from other Dragonlandia know about what we heard from Lou about the soldiers in their fucking cities. Underneath their cities. Don't know if they poofed or not, saying, hey, warning, there might be these things. They were part of the devils.
Warning, warning. Fuck them up.
Saying they might be there. They might have poofed, they might be there. I don't know.
all right. If nothing else for this specific day, anybody for anything for the week? You Renki, don't worry, we'll talk.
Yeah,
about it.
that's what I said. I was up.
Yeah.
You and I will have a talk later. It's going to be a fucking extensive
Oh,
one,
yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I need Yara for it, so.
I'm trying.
We're gonna have that talk now. Actually,
Oh.
don't worry. We're just trying to.
I'm
resolving.
trying to get to Fob de Illinois. All I want to do before there is
Yeah.
just take care of talking with Nadia and figuring out like is it possible to just detain everybody, move everybody someplace else for the temporarily for the time being. What does that look like? Logistics and
It's easy enough. For the most part, there's no really for them to go back to. It's
right.
if you
This
remember correctly,
project.
it's destroyed in its entirety.
Which is why I was trying to think of like either a temporary location.
Nadia looks at you and goes, we could, there was always the lesser base in Estergard. It's smaller. Pretty sure we have the facilities now to grow it.
Make it bigger.
We're gonna have to really sort out a lot of people. There's apparently some pretty bad pieces of shit running amok.
I would imagine so.
Yeah, no shit.
So those ended up on the front lines.
And I have no problems with dealing with them if need be.
That's great because I sure won't be able to. I don't even know who to trust right now. Why do you want to bring this organization back? Literally, like towards the end of it, it was just like hiring gangs. Like, sure, there's some great people in there, and I know them, and they have good heart, but like, it's not what you remember. Do you have any idea how much work you're gonna have to put in to fix this shit?
I'm young enough. Who else could you imagine with me here? Imagine one of those people stepping in. Imagine something terrible. Okay. Imagine another, I don't know, vile, evil person that steps into that position and finds Thea's shit.
I was just gonna burn everything she had and hope that fire works.
Not only that, what about people? I think of people like you that literally you told me that you had no other place to go, that you felt stuck. I want to make that better.
I can find my own way. It'll be fine. I can. What you're asking to do, You see that she really wants to accept, but there's something holding her back, and it's not you. Through all of the recent things that's been going on, she feels, you can immediately tell she feels very scared to trust someone again. She's like, I'll only do it after we burn all of her shit. All of it.
Done. I don't want.
All his too.
Yeah, I can do that.
All of your shit. And my shit.
I don't.
And everyone's shit.
My own is on me. You
Burn
go
it.
and make me strip naked?
No. Well, I mean, I got more clothes. We can go buy some. There's an outlet. But you got that. I bet you got that unlimited money now. You know.
I don't have unlimited money, but I do have.
You have
I
unlimited
still
dollars.
have some money.
You have. How much money you got?
Come on, you know better. In the organization,
How much money do you
not
have?
supposed to talk about money.
How many dollars?
None. I have gold.
12,159
$12,159 what?
gold.
Bitch, I thought you were gonna say platinum.
I said I had money. I didn't say that I was loaded.
What happened to there's a bank in there? Like y'all didn't rob that? You
No,
don't have some greedy little
I'm
goblin that
trying
would
to
have loved
start
to have done
something
that?
better here. Okay, I'm at least
Oh.
trying to be better.
I bet if you ask, you can get any amount of money.
I bet if I ask, I could help
Star Commander
find some jobs.
General. Yeah, fine. Let's burn it all to the ground. We'll burn everything. Kick everybody out. Vent the good ones. We'll sort through every single person individually. I'll personally brand it to them that they can't lie to us. I think I'm kidding.
No, I'm just. For once, I think I'm hopeful.
Last time you said that, you were this tall, and you shot a lightning bolt in the back of my neck, and all of a sudden I can think of that shit again, and it hurts.
I can think of it too. I didn't enjoy being forced to train like that.
Yeah, you went, oh, I can do this. And then, yeah, I feel that. That sucks.
Yeah, and
you're good, by the way, right? You're not going to be firing fucking
and the
magic lightning
vomiting
anywhere. Are we
and the
done with the
pain that it
lightning? Are
caused
we
me
done? Hey,
viscerally.
She's starts snapping at you. She's like, are we done with all that shit? Are we good?
It's only for really bad people. Are you really bad people? No, you're not.
Are you fucking with me?
No,
You have
I
more?
You're holding a lightning bolt now. Literally, Zeus.
Are we good?
I'm
You realize-
good. Look, I just don't know if somewhere out there's a fucking bomb sequence, and then someone can look at you and go, purple, red, blue, you gotta tie my shoe, and then all of a sudden you become a puppet again.
It won't happen again. That's done.
Okay. Why the fuck are you still carrying that thing around?
Carrying what?
Well, it can't fit in your bag. And she's pointing at Torin's soul shard. Just for fun, back up, in case you want to resurrect ex-dad.
No. No, he. You
Wanna
know,
break
in the
it?
end, he was nothing. In the end, he was empty and hollow, and all the words that came out of him were from Thea. You realize that, right?
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. Broke
Is
his
that like
body open.
metaphorical or
No, broke his body open. He was tethers and threads of arcane magic holding bones and muscle together. And when I tried to, I don't know, instigate anything out of him, there was nothing.
wow? Nice.
Yeah. That's why I wasn't the one to cut his head off. If I were to repeatedly maim my abuser, I probably wouldn't have stopped.
Well, good on you. Hope you hit him at least a little bit.
You should have seen it. I at least gave one to Thea. Gave one to him. It wasn't the lightning bolt because he could just get out of the way, but
R.I.P. Sprick.
I struck a few blows.
R.I.P. Sprick. Well, find me when you're ready. I'm gonna
It doesn't have to be
undo
immediate.
some shit on my own. No, I kind of literally don't know where to go. I'm just gonna kind of be here till I get told to leave. Follow some people around to Westergaard. Plan on talking with I don't know, someone. See if I can get a home. Just a hotel. Something. I'll be fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I got money. We're good. Not a lot. It's just
I at least gave you 10,000.
yeah, I know.
Should hold
That
you
may
for
or may
free.
not have already been gone.
Girl,
had
what
debt.
you buying in the middle of a
I-
war?
I had debt. And I just wanted to pay it off. I didn't know. It's kind of like for my life, kind of very important. Anyways, look, I'll see you. I'll see you when I see you. Take your time.
Do you mean that?
Bring it-
Because I got a friend who's dying.
What the fuck? Yeah, you weird sack of shit. Yeah, I'll be there. Bring a
Okay.
torch.
Torch?
Yeah, we're burning shit. You seem to think I'm playing around. No, we're burning it. We're burning everything to the ground. We can rebuild it after.
I still have a cantrip in the back pocket. that you
That's
taught
great.
me.
I want to, see it. It's like a whole thing. Like, I'll see you. I'll see you there. I'll be there.
I appreciate it.
She starts to walk away and she's like, my sister, she says it, air quoting, My sister is the Star Commander General and killed her father, and then killed her other father. What the fuck? And then she just keeps going. Anything else for before the end of this week?
You know, if you need a place to store that, I have a chest. We can just put it in instead of you carrying
I
it.
didn't realize it was that big, and I was carrying it
Here,
around.
it's chest. Let me put this in this chest and close this chest. All right. I mean, is it something you want to keep or?
I'm
Pendant like this big. Fucking
Yeah.
rock that
Guys,
shit like two
there's-
chains.
there's two options I am
Mhm.
debating.
Okay.
Who knows? A third might pop up, but I don't know. For now, there's just two.
And those are.
Destroying it,
Mhm.
being done with it, or finding a nice spot to bury it.
Well,
Probably somewhere clear.
destroying it's always good. Potentially I could use it to track down the remnants of Thea. Make sure she doesn't pop back up again.
As I said, a third option might appear.
It's like I have a Pinky of Ren key of where it was made, and I can go back there. So if I have this thing, I could probably go back to where it was made and maybe find Thea. Or at least track it down. I'm not going to jump in there blindly. Get crazy. Anyways, you have a lot to think about. Just tell me when you want to go back, or when you plan to go to FOV. I know you got stuff going on. I got stuff going on. So
Are you going to be okay handling it yourself?
no,
Formality.
I'm not going to do anything to her by myself unless I'm confident, which I'm not. So
Because where I'm going, I don't have it here. I won't be able to contact you by earring, and
you don't have sending. I
no,
thought you
I
had
never
sending.
learned sending.
Oh no, that's right. Lyric had sending.
No one ever taught me sending.
I can teach you sending. I can send you a spell scroll of sending every now and then. How about that?
You make a magic item of sending.
Yes.
We have those. We have access to things like that.
It's I don't know why I'm getting hung up on this. It's just weird to see, I don't know, you be so helpful after everything.
Why wouldn't I be? I lost everything.
Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
Nothing matters anymore. I mean, we went on this whole adventure for. What was it? It hasn't even been 3 months, if you think about it,
Since when?
since I started in Estergard in debt, knowing Magic Missile. And now I can go across the continent whenever I please. Speak to whoever I want whenever I please. Send anything to whoever I want whenever I please. And everything I cared for is gone.
That's a weird thing to say.
Hey, I'm 20 silver richer.
Oh, do I owe you money?
What, you got more money than me? That is rhetorical. Everyone has more money than me.
Do you need some money?
No. I can create money out of thin air. Look at minor conjuration, gold coin.
Who are you gonna
Problem.
fool with that?
No one. But I can just make whatever I need. Anyways,
I am gonna need to get back here at some point, or get back to Westergaard.
okay. Well, you can either go the slow way, or I can send you. I don't really have anything from Westergaard. Wait a minute. I have a hibachi poster in here somewhere. Hang on.
God damn it.
Why don't we put a pin in it?
Okay.
I might need some help later. If what you say is true, that I can ask for your help.
Of course. I can get around pretty quick.
Can you at
Now,
least
granted, if you could tell me, if you could send me the teleportation circle coordinates, that makes it a lot easier. Otherwise, I'm just kind of blindly guessing, or you could send me something.
can you give me a scroll of sending?
I can write you a scroll of sending, sure.
That'll literally only be used to when I need to contact you.
All right. Or, but better yet, I'll give you a scroll of sending and a scroll of speedy courier. So you can send me a piece of wherever you are so I get there.
Okay.
God damn it. Works. Works
It
real
works.
well.
One more time, I missed the very end of that.
Honestly, I'm going to give her a scroll of Zarius' speedy courier. So if she uses it and sends me a piece of wherever she is that is associated with it, I can teleport to her location.
Perfect.
Bullshit.
All right, so when you use this spell, you're going to summon a little elemental who's going to have a chest. You put whatever is from that area in the chest, close it. It'll come to me. I will then know that, hey, I need to take this and get to you.
About how long should I expect your arrival, and how long should I wait before being concerned?
If All right, if you send a note, like a handwritten note explaining what's going on, I'm assuming it's not going to be urgent. But if I open that up and there's just like a tree branch in there, I'm going to get there as fast as I can.
Okay. Um.
In combat, it's a tree branch.
Yeah.
Okay. So send note in speedy courier if it's just a, hey, I need to go somewhere,
Yeah,
or send an actual physical item.
yeah.
Or
I think it's
well, that
both
doesn't
on
make
the
any
note side.
It's spend both or just send the fucking one.
Oh,
if
gotcha.
if you don't have time to explain
send
what's
a note.
going on and you just send the item, he's coming. If you
Got it.
if you take time, write a note, send them that
Or it
with
and
the
say
note,
and then say,
hey,
hey,
we're chilling.
like, hey, next week we are having a grand party. We would love for you to come by. Afterwards, I'd like to do this. Then, like,
Here's
then
a branch
I know.
off of Rinky's tree. Come by
Yeah.
as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Where's his tree?
Got it. Okay. Well,
And here's sending just in case you need to get in contact with me without needing me there. Also, here's a way to learn the spell because it's an
thank you.
evocation spell and it's in the Draconic book. That's also in Elvish. So
Yeah,
here's
you
a way to
take a
learn
hot
this
minute. Sure.
okay, sweet.
You're at level, just fucking
Yeah,
Go.
sweet. All right, I can learn sending. Thank you.
sending.
All right. Sounds good. Looks like I'm going to be taking care of some things. Oh.
All right. When
mm,
when you need to go to Fog,
what
let
you
me
mumbly
know.
fuck.
Sorry.
Taking care of some stuff in FOV.
Thank you.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
So
You don't
when
have
you're
to speak
ready,
up. Just
let us know.
Talk to me real cute. Okay. I'll be whispery.
Um, I know that Dro and I have a couple people to take care of who are missing limbs.
Yep.
Rio.
Yep. Been wanting to do that since I got 7th level spells.
No, we might. So, we'll definitely let you know before we leave, but we do plan to take care of that. So either I can send you before or after. Yeah.
There's an abundance of missing limbs. Very annoying.
Okay. I'm just gonna make sure nobody else needs Star Commander, and then I'll come find you to go to Fav.
Sounds good.
Sarius, you hearing that? Oh, there's people. But they'll talk to you. It's totally your call if you want to tell her. But there are literal tents full of people that want to talk to the highest up.
How busy do you want to be? I'm gonna reach down and pull up like a stack of papers. These are the fan mail.
Fan
This is
mail.
actual inquiries.
And suddenly, what Rinky said earlier about fame fucking just comes crashing down onto her head.
I can also just ignore them and send you away.
What would be Zarius Rainhill's advice?
Honestly, get me a couple 100 pounds of snow.
What? What? Did you say a couple 100 pounds of snow?
Wow.
What the fuck?
I mean, I saw
What a
Lyric do it,
sentence.
and I figured out how to do it with my level up. So, I can just like copy you and have you run around and be a face to the army while you take care of stuff that actually has to get done.
That doesn't sound fair.
I mean, it's not fair to her, but she won't exist for long.
It's close to home, doesn't it?
Ooh.
I missed the
Yeah,
last
you're definitely
sentence.
gonna need.
I'm-
You're
not in that
definitely
room.
gonna need some snow for that burn.
Listen, I can create a duplicate who acts as you. We can have it tell you everything that she doesn't say, and while you take care of other stuff if you want. Or you can just leave, which honestly leaving is easy.
No.
I wouldn't recommend staying.
Why?
It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of fan mail. Let's see. If someone really wants to talk to you, like if they really want to talk to you, they can hunt you down in the world and then talk to you about it. Because then you actually know it's important.
Okay.
I mean, otherwise you got sign my spear, marry me,
What?
kiss me. I want to have your babies. That's weird.
That's weird.
Listen, a lot of weird stuff
The
comes
second
in.
best bard I've ever seen, and it just says lyric at the bottom, and you toss.
The best part I've ever seen. Throughout the
Okay. It's starting to catch up with me. I think the duplicate is a good idea. No?
No, you're fine. I could, but I really don't think you should.
Okay.
I'll
Sure.
just deal with this. You're fine. You're good.
How about I at least spend the rest of the afternoon helping and then leave?
Sure. I have them sorted on critical, fun, and a pain in the butt.
I at least want to help take care of the critical.
Okay.
Everything else can wait.
Yep. I don't think we plan to leave until the end of the week anyways, so you got time.
Hmm.
Yeah, let that Rinky guy die before you go anywhere.
I was about to say, I love hearing those words. You got time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You got a
because I'm
couple
like,
years now. You're
Yeah,
fine.
dude. Oh,
Yeah, you got
they
time.
hit so much harder now.
yeah.
Oh,
You're
I don't want to.
fine.
I don't want to. That feels
Mm.
dirty.
Yes, and that's why Zari's just saying it that way. He's just like, the guy tried to cut off my head. He can wait.
You you both read over some of these critical documents. They are pretty critical. What the fuck are we doing with this? What exactly happened?
I gave her
Who-
the ones that are like specific to her. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
The
like
ones that are specific to her are: why did you kill the hero of Vestergaard? What are you?
Who's
What
that
is
from?
Thea? Who is Thea? What was the shadow? Who are you really? And the last one, I know for a fact you won't expect. Should we call you anything else? And that
Who are
one's
these?
weird to you. That one's especially weird because it dawned on you at that exact moment as you're reading it. The names that you have are from two horrible human beings. And if you'd like, you can go by something else, which is really fucking weird to think about. But something I did ask.
Nix.
Anyways, go on. Ha! Stop.
I just want to get an accurate representation here.
Jesus Christ.
Already bringing it in. Okay, let's tackle these. Sorry.
And you
Oh,
you
We
go
do.
through all of them. We're skipping. We're not about to do all of this.
No.
sorry.
No, you're fine.
I mean, take care of it.
Yeah, and you
Wait,
take
wait.
care of it.
Which is nice because we're at that point where I say, I send Yara off, and Dro and I go here and do this, and go here and do this.
Which is what we're
The
doing
glory
next.
of teleporting constantly. Travel
Dro
time
and
is gone.
Zarius.
Hello.
Zarius, you walk away from Yara for a little while she does a bit of her paperwork. She's like, I got some of this. Go get lunch. And you fuck off. And you go meet Dro. Dro obviously is exactly where you expect him to be. In his tent, there's an anvil out. And
Wait, we're in
he's
the
just
10? We're not in the
smoking
city anymore?
it. No.
Everything's trying to be cleaned up in there?
No. You can go in there if you want, but if you want to make my life easy, you quit talking and you just follow what I'm saying. How's that sound? You go find him in the
Darius
tent.
and Cadus, we can take over their workshops.
I mean, yeah. It's destroyed, but yeah.
I was going to say, probably Drew would be spending time repairing things for the people. I have the ability.
Sure.
But,
We'll say you're in that workshop just for brevity.
fixing it up.
Hmm?
We had some places to go.
Couple to look into. There's been an abundance of missing limbs in our adventures, and finally have the means to fix them. Would like to.
Yep.
Have a few things I need to make. Look at a list, like a lot of things people want me to make. Push the list aside.
True. Well, I believe Yara is going to be going to Fob Illinois either tomorrow or the day after, so we can go then. After that, I'm working very efficiently.
Good to
I have
hear.
a couple extra hours every day.
Not the paperwork type. I'd help you if I could.
Nah, it's
Probably
boring
make it
anyways.
worse.
Honestly, most of this pre-planned for. I have a lot of. I'm just kind of like, oh, you want this? I have this plan. Oh, you want this? I have this plan. So
Seems convenient.
Yeah.
Ah,
and what you
I
doing
was
after
also
that?
thinking that.
What you doing after that?
After what? Fixing limbs and shit?
Mm-hmm.
Probably settling down somewhere, either here, Estergard, somewhere else. Haven't decided. You're probably busy as all gets out. If we need to fix your arm first, we can do that. Just use your demon arm.
I mean, last time we tried, it didn't go well. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as is and hope it doesn't get worse.
If it gets wettest, we're cutting it off.
Oh yes.
Anyways, like pull out a project from the side. I was working on this to make a a simple replacement. It's Yara's jacket, a new version of it.
Let's get enchanting.
I don't think we need to go all out with the contingencies anymore. I think most of those are dealt with, unless you want to. Up to you.
Death Ward, shield, absorb elements, counterspell.
It's just like the ultimate. Like, here's a bunch of defensive layers. Have
You
fun.
can put whatever the fuck you want on this thing.
I probably have leftover crew black hide too.
Sure.
Like I had that thing's a big monkey. I had a lot of hide. I used it for like one thing.
Oh yeah, her tats are on full display right now because there's a jacket.
You're about to get a really overpowered defensive layer jacket.
It's overpowered as fuck.
It is heat resistant. It's cold resistant.
We're just like, she needs this. Like, maybe she's gonna go here. She needs this defense. She might be going this place though. I give her some this thing there. You think she's gonna the fucking tundra? Give it to her anyways.
Let's see. If she's underwater for more than 10 seconds and she doesn't have water breathing, we'll cast water breathing. If she falls for more than 300 feet without flying, it casts feather fall.
At this point, as y'all are making the jacket, you realize that you're going to need more layers. So you inscribe all the runes on the inside of it. So like whenever she like opens it up, it looks like a fucking like, like it looks like it has all these quilted and like cool like patterns and stuff. If you really look at it, it's just all different runes for like every possible like thing that could ever happen. That's a minor inconvenience. There's prestidigitation on there where it's just like if the humidity in the air is this much, it will immediately reduce it by this much. Or if it's this low, it will increase it by this much. Always keeping a perfect balance. Like
regulate temperature, cleans itself.
You got a still suit,
bullshit
basically. You have a fucking still suit. Like, so good.
Hey,
Love it. I want it. I want it so bad.
that's my jacket,
like,
dude.
It's
I have
preparing the jacket.
I've had the jacket trope this whole campaign. This is mine.
Look at your emotional support jacket.
It's my jacket.
It is my emotional support
My
jacket.
blankie.
I didn't get enough hugs as a child, so this is the hug.
Oh, you got the hugs. They were just often greeted with, like spinal fractures and stuff like that.
Right.
I love you. It's for your own good. Grow stronger.
Yeah. What was that? What was that scene? Like, oh yeah, try and punch me. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it goes, all right, my turn. Boom.
Fucking exactly. Anything else you two are making?
I mean, Jordan doesn't really need any more equipment. He has overkill stuff anyways. Zarius' arm is going to be dealt with in the future. I have a backlog of things that people want and I'm probably just going to never make because, like, I don't fucking want to make these. War's over, so weapons are going to be less useful. And I have a few things to talk with generals about. Where I might be making more weapons. Who knows?
Wonderful.
There's a lot. I should go fix people's arms and retire.
After that, Zarius.
I think you mean that literally rather than figuratively. And either way, I hate both answers. For the end of this week, is there anything anyone would like to do? Because we're about to have a major jump.
Well, I can shorten my whole thing out, but
Just I wanna really hammer in this before we all start going. Yes.
What? Yeah. No. If is Ren Blood Drinker there?
Oh, what a question.
Yeah.
not Ren Key.
Yeah,
Ren.
so Ren would be yeah, actually. He is there.
He would, and Zarius would try to clear up the misunderstanding and at least inform him of what he has learned. That he learned about the attack, that he didn't send it, that it was forged. Apologize for his misunderstanding of the situation, but also justifying why he acted the way he did because he didn't understand why Ren was upset, and just trying to like smooth that whole thing over. Like I understand now.
He just goes, I didn't participate in this war. That's
Good.
not his voice. I don't remember what his voice is, but I didn't realize you jump at him, but there he is now. I didn't participate in this war because I thought it was a losing battle. If I helped you all and you lost, well, we'd be wiped out. If I helped them and we lost, then I'd be wiped out. If I helped you all and we won, we're vampires, so we'd be wiped out. If I helped the enemy and we won, we'd suffer severe casualties, and then I'd have to live under a blood martyr. And if we left, we'd be hunted and killed. I had no win.
Yet here you are.
Guess playing neutral works out sometimes, huh?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I'm sorry, but I hope my ignorance can be forgiven.
I hope that my ignorance can be forgiven.
You had
Yeah,
no
maybe.
ignorance, you were tricked.
As were you.
Fair enough.
Well,
Where do we stand, Zarius?
ideally, back where we originally left. An aspiring conjuration wizard and someone who may have a conjuration problem.
That we do. I also have a hunger problem, but that was kind of solved as of recent. For the
Good
most
to hear.
part.
I can
We
also
have a
help with
dragon
that now.
problem still?
Do we?
What?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Oh, the purple one.
I know some old gentleman Gawain
Mhm.
said he had something about that, but
He's a really good old dragon, so I would
it's a
probably
dragon.
lean towards him. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty cool. Anyways,
Sure.
I got some stuff to take care of, but if you need help in the future, you know I'm here.
How do I contact you?
Sending's probably best. Do you need a
Do you
sending
have a
scroll
thing
too?
that makes it to where we can't do that?
Oh no, I took that off a while ago. It's funny. People just assume they can't talk to me anymore. Makes it great. Also, it was only people that I didn't want to talk to me.
Ah,
You were never on that list.
flattered. Thank you. Maybe our paths will cross again sooner than we expect, but we'll stay in touch.
Sounds good.
Thank you, Zarius. My apologies again.
She accepted.
If I ever see that man again, I'll kill him. And he just kind of like walks out the room.
Same. Anyways.
Anything else before you go to Fall of Illinois?
I'm assuming that Rorschach and Skyreach aren't about to kill each other.
No.
Okay. That was the only other main thing on my list. I'm like, make sure this doesn't
Actually,
happen.
after all of this, well, we'll get to it later, but basically they're good.
Okay.
Especially since, one of the main things that Rorschach really didn't like, but they didn't talk about, was that the sky was fake. And they really didn't like that Skyreach basically controlled the skies, but now that they have it open, they're kind of chill. That was a lot of the war. Like a lot of their civil war. But that's it. So we will move forward. It's not quite the end of the week. I assume y'all would want to go a little before, assuming you think Rinky's about to die.
Day 5.
Yeah.
Maybe 6. No, I'm just-
Nah. Yara, you approach Zarius right around day 5. It's time to go. At least for now.
All cleaned up, packed, ready to go.
All right. Well, I'm glad that we both made it this far.
Same.
You have a great. I'm sorry. I'm saying this now, so I can just say it to Mitch. Yeah. I put it in my chest.
Put what?
Yara gave me the black torn soul gem, and I put it in the chest.
I don't know if she.
It's not a
leave
black soul
that
gem.
with you.
No. Huh? I said it.
Not
Hold on. No, the foreign soul thing. I put it in your
Yeah.
chest for you.
Oh, that
Yeah.
it can only be opened by me.
No, just yeah. So that way you don't have to lug it around everywhere. And
Okay.
Leaving it with you though. Is it being left with you? Is the question.
I can hold on to it if you want. I
No,
can give it
I
back to you.
don't want you touching it. No, no. You and soul shards do not mix. She doesn't want. That's still sensitive ground there.
Do you not want me to use it to find Thea?
Ooh.
I was under the impression that I was keeping it, but you can take it if you want, or I can hold on to it until you want it.
You swear?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold the soul shard near him. I want to see if he can resist taking it.
Why would you do
It's
this?
right there. And I'm going to be real honest, Zarius.
Like he's not sitting there doing like just itching for it.
He's not. His arm has no bearing right now. It got fed the past few days. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna put it in a
So-
spot so I can't get to it. Also, I don't. Are you expecting to travel with it right now?
I really shouldn't.
Yeah.
And the place that I'm going, I'm pretty sure they would want me to get rid of it ASAP.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, it can't just fit into like a bag of holding. No.
Maybe
Listen,
Dro.
That was a
That's at the
big
end of
bitch.
it. Dro does have the backpack of holding, but it's full of all kinds of shit right now.
She'll take it with her.
Okay.
I don't summon the chest back.
What?
I don't summon the chest back. Do you need it? Or are you paying me?
How much?
I already got it.
Already got what?
You don't need it. I'm just gonna hold you down.
Zarius, you know how unfortunate it has been to watch your relationship with you and Soul Shards.
I needed to track down Thea. I'm not gonna eat it. I'm not gonna feed it to the arm, I promise you. But I need it.
Okay, I'm gonna.
How about this?
I'll insight roll that.
Yep. You both know what to do.
Look at him. He wants up on that door.
Ooh!
He wants up on that door.
Yeah, he does want up on that door.
Yeah.
This is it, Luke. This is it. I know that I'm gonna just, and I'm just gonna give it to you.
Yeah, as long as they didn't
It's
roll
funny
a one.
you say that. It's
As long as-
hilariously closer than it needs to be.
Really?
Yeah. Sweet Lord.
Ugh.
Good Lord, Calcifer. He's not a fucking doorstop.
Oh, well, he lives there now.
Yep, that's where he's just gonna be there.
Yara. Oh, wait. Yara, you look at Zarius. He's mischievous. He's always mischievous. He's always plotting something.
Always.
But he's truthful about this. There's clearly an agenda
Yeah.
that he's keeping quiet about.
Always.
But
All right. Sarius Rainhill. Hold on to it for me.
I will. Anything else you need before you go?
No, I don't think so. We'll see how this trip goes.
All right. Let me know. Teleport.
you are teleported to Fall of Delanore. Empty-handed.
She does have the journal, though.
Oh, yes.
I do.
You arrive in Fall of Delanore. You see a very odd sight. Renki, when you were teleported to Falv Delanore, it was really simple. You were not where you immediately expected to be. You weren't at home. Because you didn't give a piece of your home to Zarius. You gave a piece of yourself. You were transported on the edge of a lake. You were transported on the edge of a point where your life changed for the next several hundred years, where you dove down and found some artifact, transformed you. And you made your way to Falv Delanore. But you knew that if Yara was ever to take that teleportation and use the exact piece that you had, that she'd arrive in that same spot. And so you made a trail, pretty obvious one, leading to where she'd need to go. Can you please
I want
describe?
to put yeah.
Can you please describe what it looks like where she's teleported, and also what you have set up for where she needs to go? I have my
So-
headphones on. I'm just going to be deafened doing
You're good.
something.
You at first see a landscape of nothing but forest. There is tree lines in 360 all around you. The only thing that breaks it is the clearing that you have been teleported into that houses this large lake. The waft of fish and sea life coming off of the bankment that just breezes past your nose and brings you to a new sight. Beneath your feet is a large arrow that had been created out of what looks to be stones, but as you look closer, it's pieces of petrified wood. And you've seen this before in only one other place, and that is within Rinki's hand itself, the hammer that he wielded. This could be a sign, but as you see it, it is completely an arrow, and it is pointing in a direction north. There is a trodden trail through a thicket that begins to lead you into a off the beaten path, almost like a game trail. And on the bark of many different trees, you see a giant star that has been carved into each and every one that would face the way that you would come from. And at the very beginning, the first tree that you see is wrapped with various bits of vines and entwined with a small note. Opening it up, unfurling it, it reads, "You've come this far, only a little bit further to go. I'm sorry it led you here, but this is where my life changed many years ago. Follow the stars. I'll see you soon, Commander." Do you want me to describe as she comes into the city, or okay? That is the trail that you see. You are still muted.
We are unfortunately going to have to cut that little bit of detailing short.
That's fine.
A very quick description. You've done beautifully. The surrounding area is a dense forest of trees. They're tall, taller than any tree you've ever seen. The smallest one being around 100 feet. They are enormous. The diameter of each tree is, God, or the
Redwood
diameter.
plus.
They're huge.
Redwood is like the very tiny trees. Those are the small ones.
And it's gorgeous. Some of them are red, some of them are yellow, some of them are blue, some of them are green, some of them are brown, some of them are just tree. All in all, it is a giant, beautiful botanical forest where the ground underneath you is almost luminescent. And as you follow this trail, and as you follow through, you are eventually greeted, after quite a long walk, the city hidden in the trees, Fauve d'Eleonore. And the very first sight that you see as you walk in, aside from Renki, as he knew that you were going to be here, is a very, very, very large creature that marches through this place. It is a giant, ethereal looking animal resembling that of an elk. Although as it walks, there's this trail of magic as it goes through. And after being closer to a few guardians now, this is clearly a guardian, but it's so different from anything that you've seen. A, it's just here. And B, Yara, being who you are and being what you are, this is not a hostile entity, nor is it a friendly entity. This is neutral even to Fauve d'Eleonore. This is just a creature. And it's just here, just by happenstance. And it's just walking on by. And it's gorgeous to look at. All the people are outside looking at it as it just walks through the city. Renki, you see Yara being transfixed on this creature. Kind of get up and you start walking towards her. And eventually you two are close next to each other as you watch as it fades out of view.
Is it not?
They just roam freely in the city?
Do you remember what I once told you about guardians?
A little. And
They are nothing but the nature that they come from. They are what you see. Nature. And this is the best way for you to see it. They are not protectors. They are not a force to be reckoned with, although I would not mess with one myself. They are simply Zendrick itself.
you have to forgive me. The last one that I saw wanted to kill me.
Each one is still a creature in its own right. They have their own demeanor. Come. You are expected.
Lovely. Anything I should be prepared for?
I would bring the journal, and I am sure that they would like to see the soul shard if you still have it.
No, I do not.
Okay.
But I do have the journal.
Where's the shard?
I left it back in Mecca
With who?
for when I return.
Who is keeping it safe?
I mean, there's the most conspicuous.
He'll
looking
put the hand.
giant double doors that you've ever seen, Yara. Of just like, yeah, that's right.
Should I tell him? Right, like that's the face she's making.
Like there's me as a player. I could like.
Would
I'm trying
Yara
to, me as
pause?
a
Would Yara pause?
me as a player, I'm trying to figure out what would Yara say. So me, who clearly isn't very good at lying. I mean, Yara, if I were to roll for her, she has fucking plus 15 in deception. So I'm trying to figure out like would she lie about this or try to hide it anyway or be any good at that?
How about, you know what? Sometimes the dice answer your question for you. Because Rinky, literally, let me put it this way, Yara, the next words that come out of your mouth, he's going to believe without you rolling. With that meta knowledge, what are you going to say?
That she simply stated the fact that she left it in Mecca for when she returned, and try to leave it at that.
Rinky, it sounds like it's in a good place.
I will
She'd
trust that
never
you
say
left it for
anything rude
someone
like
strong
that.
enough to protect it. Come, the elders wish to meet you. We must waste no time. And I will
Understood.
go. I will take her through the wonderful city, the paths, seeing all the cool ass trees and all the buildings.
We're gonna
and
get
whatnot,
real
and we'll-
deep into that
yeah.
another time. It's
Yep.
late.
Yep. You come up on this
We're
really big
trying
tree.
to wrap
It's like
this bitch up.
it's the council. You're coming up on the council of the dudes.
The conversation's simple. It's a conversation that we're not going to have because it's that simple. Who are you? What the fuck happened? What's this book that I keep hearing about? Oh, it's a journal.
What's in it?
What's it say? Do you realize this is beyond illegal? My God, why do you have this power? What the fuck?
What are you really? A lot
Why-
of things that
Why
you
are
saw
all
in
of you
the
people
fucking
trying to
critical-
kill guardians so often? Why do you have hate boners against animals? I don't understand. All of these questions,
It's funny because I'm probably the only one who can answer that last question.
they are just one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And it's towards the very end. You've explained everything. And the last question they leave you with is, so why did you come here all this way? As Yara Blaine, what is it that you seek to accomplish in this sacred grove?
It
I would-
started.
Go.
It's she's just looking at Renki. It started with helping a friend.
And
If you would allow me to speak on her behalf in this instance, I wish to
only
petition-
partly. Watch your tongue. Curse.
There's a bit of sting. I wanted to petition for a release of information for the ability to perhaps stop this guardian killing, stop the experimentation with soul shards, because they do not know what we do. And if they did, I think it would change. I need her here to convince you that despite her background, she can be that change. Start with her.
We asked you a question, Miss Blaine.
I want to be better. Better than what whoever's intentions it was for mine. I want to do good. If this is something that would help Zendrick, would be for the better, I want to do it. I want to prove to whatever gods or ancients that I'm not something, I'm someone. And in spite of all of that, turned out to be some kind of good.
And you, Rinky. We've heard news and can see, clear as day, you've rid yourself of the burden that you carried.
It is gone.
One wonders if there is any lingering presence on you.
You may test me as you have multiple times in the past.
We will. We'll have to keep you alive for that.
I pray that every day shall not be my last. I am thankful.
They all kind of, there's 9 of them. So kind of like sit on their podiums and kind of think. None of them talking. They do this a lot. Rinky, you explained to Yar that they're telepathically linked.
They're essentially like holding like a big fucking tree root that they're all like sitting around and like just fucking talking.
I suppose if I were to interrupt, that wouldn't be good.
He would offer a Rinky. Am I near Yara, or am I up like towards the podiums?
No, you're both there, and I will also say the phrase, it's now or never.
I'll put a hand out for her to hold if she wants.
She'll take his hand.
He will grip it tight.
Any last words from either of you before our verdict?
I would be surprised if you would not take words from either of us. From what I've seen on Renki on the battlefield, he has been nothing but loyal, and he has only spoken highly of all of you and of his people back here. Me, on the other hand, I can understand why you would be hesitant, but also I was probably the last person who should ever be Star Commander of a United Army. And I know I completely made mistakes in that short amount of time, but I did everything I could to save lives. Every decision that I made, I did hoping that it would just save one more life. Just one.
We understand. And you? Any last words?
I am determined to see this through, Yara or not. I genuinely believe that Zendrick is now ready. With Torandrak gone, with Thea purged, with our grove seemingly under a threat of corruption. We are going to need a lot of help, and transparency is key.
You are asking
A lot.
mm,
Not everything.
what is
We keep some secrets. But there are some that I wish to unveil. Soul gems, guardians. What to do with them?
for the future of Zindrik.
And Fav Delanore.
That we disagree on. But for
Seal the
future-
grove if you must.
For the future of Zendrick. We will kind of looks to the rest of the elders and they all kind of nod their head. And he's just kind of very hesitant to say the next words. We agree. We have been holding this information tight for millennia. It's time we trusted again. Opened our walls again. Maybe after this abominable threat has been dispatched, And the nations have been united, at least temporarily, in this other horrible abomination construct, if you will, is no longer there. After dispatching its organization,
I'll
you
give
both
Yara's
realize
hand a
he
squeeze.
doesn't say he when he speaks about Torin anymore. It is it. Its organization. Once all of the things are fulfilled, we will have time. We will have enough time to have prepared. And we will explain. And we will release this information to the proper channels. Trickle down. The entire world would change abruptly if we simply said everything all at once.
I might
But we agree.
say that you have in front of you a very instrumental piece in gathering leaders, people who can process the information.
She does seem to be very good at gathering information, communicating all of the things as well, and finding the right channels. Kind of just looks at you. We'll begin preparations of the grand explanation.
Then use me as you must.
Oh, Renki. You're gonna get used now, boy. No.
Oh shit, boy!
We will. You know, it's funny, Renki. Something I don't believe that you're aware of. There's always been 9 elders for a reason. There is a reason we do not speak much. It's because between the 9 of us, we make a decision. We've lost our voice. So we'll offer you a decision. Someone who's been outside longest, someone who has connections with the people, someone who has great connections with the ancients, someone who finally hit a certain level to activate this quest, and who removed the curse from their arm. Renki, would you be our voice?
It would be an honor.
Celebration and a ceremony will begin once all preparations have been met, all conditions have been met. You will be the voice of Delanore.
I take it with pride.
Thank you. That will be all from both of you. We have much to rewrite, much to explain.
History to
The
mold.
old ways are outdated. Even some of our people don't know the truth anymore. And they all kind of start readjusting on their seats. Another day. You two are dismissed.
There's a deep bow, and I mean like the deepest of bows. I just got my life fucking saved. Oh boy.
The extension. Renki and Yara, you will both have plenty of time to talk amongst each other. But now comes the end of everything. I'm going to ask everyone one by one what their characters would do at the end of the campaign. We will be moving forward roughly anywhere in the span of 10 to 20, if you need 30 years into the future. We will start very, very simply. And I would like to ask every single person to hold absolutely nothing back. The
Haven't
only
thought
thing I'd
about
like to
this.
say is to say, keep it as concise as you can, but leave no room for interpretation.
Great. Thanks, man.
Relative.
Right,
Relative.
yeah.
Just let that shit rip.
I do
And
stuff and
while you all figure
All right.
that out, we're
Charlene?
gonna start with one person who I know for a fact has everything already planned out, so everyone else can have a tiny bit of time to rewrite if they need to. My boy, Drunk
Yeah.
This is the plans for the future of all that shit. I
Oh,
expect,
except for the very, very last thing.
gotta get to that
Specifically
at
for
the
you.
end.
Yep.
So it's like what? Decades pass, I guess. What am I doing in those few decades? Well, I'm finally a proper black with my training done.
That
First,
took a
gotta
while.
fix those fucking missing limbs. Do that naturally. About fucking time.
Easy.
I was gonna make a
Easy.
fun dagger to try to offer up to just ask Morden to pass off to Miracle for Libitina.
Go on, explain more of that. That's way too vague, brother.
It was just gonna be a dagger with basically etherealness and forbiddance to fuck over things like, oh, I'm gonna disappear by flame shift and you're hiding away. It's like, ha, funny joke. Lock you in place no matter how much you try to hide or avoid it. Give the Apex Hunter an even more dangerous weapon. She got a job to do, you know? But beyond that, I'd probably be settling down. I haven't decided on where I'd be settling down, but in one of the cities I've been to, maybe Mecca, probably Mecca, maybe Estergard, probably
New
not.
Mecca.
New Mecca, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Setting up a little shop, you know. Zaris can stop by if he feels like it and chant a few things. But I'd be spending time just forging for the most part, just, you know, practicing my craft. Have a nice little place set up.
Wonderful.
Randomly, people will just get messages saying, hey, there's a thing for you.
And they go to pick it up. She's like, what the fuck is this?
Like, why are you making these? Like, bored. Had an idea.
Dro, what you make is mastercraft. What I need everybody to understand is that Dro, you can enchant things.
Yeah, I can do
We've talked
basic
about
enchantments
this.
of my own.
But what
Harder
we've talked
ones I
about-
need that guy for.
What we've talked about is what you're creating is less of magic and more of perfection. You finally have time to sit down
Mhm.
and make some it.
Yeah, I'm no longer just pressed to do everything in like a few hours. Like, I can just take a week on this thing. That'd be great. It's like, oh god, the quality jumped. What happened?
To express the level of craftsmanship to everyone what this is, there's an item in this game. It's called Masterwork or Quality. It's called Masterwork. It is so good that if you enchant something on it, the enchantment is immediately just amplified. It's so strong. It's so good. if Dro was to give this item to Humble Peasant would become Adventurer level 5 immediately. Like these items are insane. You do not start with this item, you end with this item.
And on the other side of me making things, it wouldn't be like stupid high quality by trying to get other people to do it. But I would have gotten with like some of the other leaders just because of everything that I've been through and my conversations with Torin Drac of all people. It's like, yeah, it's kind of worrisome that everyone's overly reliant on being protected by the Guardians. Like, try to get the Adventurers Guild like reset up and more training behind them. I'll help train up some smiths if they need to. See if we can get the smiths in more into this. Like, yeah, more like what Estergard does. Like, make sure adventurers are equipped and
You
ready
end
to
up
go.
finding and founding basically a giant culmination of guilds that their existence is to make sure that people are well equipped, that people can fend for
Prepared.
themselves, that people can easily become adventurers without having to go to one specific point on a map to start it. That there's an easy location and an easy locale that everyone can participate in if they so choose.
Mm-hmm. Just preparing the people.
That's awesome. We'll come back to you at the end
Mm-hmm.
of the end. Zarius, someone else who I know that has had everything cooked up for a long time, who immediately messages me the moment I say his name.
Is it okay
Yep.
if I hold your hand?
Yes. You're sick, but yes.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Then it's
Um,
easy.
yeah, you highly. Let me say this.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured. I know. Okay. So, to everybody else, Zarius will take some time, like travel around, sightsee, and then probably settle down in a city, have a family, maybe enchant stuff with Dro, and will slowly work towards creating a store in another dimension, in a demiplane, that he will teleport around, get things for people, and when they purchase it, he will have it shipped directly to them, like Amazon. Everything from mundane stuff to really powerful stuff. And he will live a long and happy life with his family and caring for his kids and his kids' kids.
Zarius, we're gonna fast forward you specifically.
Yes.
You tell me how long you need.
Yes. Because immediately after the war, after he has dropped off Dro and everyone has left him alone for a little bit, he is going to end up locating the rest of his family and using Torin's soul cluster. He's going to achieve lichdom. A twisted form of lichdom that is tampering with the deal that his great grandfather made, and it is a bloodline pact. So as long as his bloodline is alive, he will come back and possess one of them. And after achieving lichdom, he would have split off his. He would have done a simulacrum with a familiar to make a version of himself that he sent to live his life. And he himself, being an undead lich, he's going to try to go to the moon.
That will never happen.
I know. I keep trying.
I'm
really
blanket
determined to make it to the moon.
Like you've
He
heard of
wants to
double
go to the
jumping, you
moon.
just keep jumping over and over and over again. Eventually, get high enough, right?
Yep.
This
Go
motherfucker.
anywhere and you keep choosing the moon. I've given
Yes.
you literally anything, and you're like, yeah, but what about moon? I'm like,
Moon.
pick something
Listen.
that isn't in space.
That's the point. It's in space. I don't need air. I don't need sleep. No one.
You look up
no
at
one
the
needs to find
moon.
me.
All right, hear me out, motherfucker. You've been plotting out this moon thing for so long, and then the sky above you shattered, and you looked up one day and went, nah.
That moon isn't high. That moon's a lot higher.
Like, I had a lot of trajectories planned out. I've had a lot of information. It's all fucking notes go into the air. You're like, fuck that. Maybe
Hear
the
me
sky
out.
is the limit.
I can see it.
I will fucking undo this lichdom in a snap of a finger.
But yeah. Basically, he to have a family and care for that family, and it's gonna turn from nice little happy family shop to bigger corporation, and will probably devolve into more like
Soul
Yakuza
sucking corporation.
organized crime. Hey, like we're perfectly legal on the top side, but don't dig too deep, otherwise you find fun stuff on the bottom.
Oh my god, there's
Good
only
deal.
one person that's gonna understand what I say, and I need them to contain themselves. You've turned into Hearthside. Don't worry, you'll understand that one day. Anyways,
and who knows,
Just
maybe in a
remember this
couple
moment.
100 years, I have a small storefront on another continent.
Maybe.
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 maybe. Wonderful.
We're still live for a few hundred more years. Sure, it's young.
Yep.
Jumping to someone that I don't think
And
we
I won't
expected to
age.
jump to. Can we hear about what Libitina would be doing?
Yeah.
Because I'm 100% positive I know what she'd be doing, but you've been so quiet.
Let the other
Let me
two
hear that
finish.
sweet succulent voice. Okay, yes, sir. Which one of you two wants to go first?
She's coming for me, and I can feel it.
Which one of you two wants to go first?
I'll let Yara go first because there's some precedents. That
Yeah,
have to be
because
set
she's
before I can do
coughing
it.
and choking right now.
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
her go
Oh,
first.
okay. So
Mhm.
tell you what, we've been texting back and forth a little bit to kind of hammer out exactly what we're doing. So I'll start, and I'll let her fill in some gaps here with whatever she goes. So for the first, I'll say maybe like 5 years. It's a lot of preparation. There's a lot of things for Rinky to do, a lot of paperwork, a lot of things to work out with the elders, like what they want to talk about, exactly how they're going to talk about it. There's a lot of communication there. And during those 5 years, I'm going to take the assumption that Yara is going to, by the 5th year mark, the organization's going to get like a good standing point, right? Like they've gone through their shit. They've got their shit in order for the elders to go, okay, we're happy. If it's not the year 5, fucking insert year here. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So from there, of course, you know, some of the first things that we're doing for those years is Yara and Rinky are keeping in contact. They're sending letters. There's some gifts here and there, just on occasion of like, hey, this is the anniversary of the time that I fucking met you. Here you go. Have a fucking flower, dude. Like, I don't know, something small for a remembrance, right? There's sending spells. We still have the earring. We're gonna keep in contact. Moving on from there, the voice of Fav de Lenore. Is this the green light to talk about soul shards and explain things?
How brief?
I can make it pretty brief. Okay. So, based on what you guys know about soul shards, you understand that there is either the regular soul shards of different sizes and purities, and then there's the black shards of equal sizes and purities, or impurities at that point, goes in the opposite direction. The things that you may not know is that specifically the Exceed races, or as you know as the Exceed races, are the only people who can produce actual real soul shards, like actual pure soul shards. And what that means is that it is literally their soul being left behind. And for black soul shards, it's all of the bad parts of the soul being left behind. So in theory, you could have a perfect sphere of a black soul shard, except to that extent, it would be so catastrophically bad that it could potentially end continents, if not the world, if not the multiverse. So there's some levels of like Rinky going, I don't know if we should fuck around with that Tor and Drax soul shard or not. And, shit's already out the window now. So, we'll find out what happens with that. But to that extent, Rinky reveals that there is actually a way to purify black soul shards. And the way that you do that is by putting them in the ground and allowing all of the memories, all of the knowledge, everything that soul once had to turn into a fucking tree and become part of the ancients. The knowledge that he has, that he gains, that he speaks to is all fucking soul shards. Every piece of information. Any time that he spoke with like trees and roots and shit, all been soul shards. Every bit of it. And they're able to fucking like intercommunicate. There's a lot of culture behind it in Fav Delanore that you'll eventually find out. There's a lot of different things with that. As for anything behind Guardians, you guys know most of the shit by now. They're just real fucking animals, just flat out. Any other information beyond that is at one point in time they were pulled away from Fav Delanore and the forest that surrounded it, and were then used as protectors instead. And that became a norm. That became a point of contention and war that fucking split the whole thing right in half and caused the Frozen Titan to be an issue. That's kind of the big lore dump. So a lot of shit happened.
If I can say something that I just thought of because you said that, Joe was well within his rights to hate elves because they love trees and trees are just evil. Fuck elves. Fucking knife ear cunts. I was right all along.
You're right all along, motherfucker. So I convinced this council to basically go around and let me speak the truth, and that is parts of the truth. Is like, hey, there's some shit. If you really want to purify black soul crystals, this is how you do it, and it actually will help rebuild. It will actually help rebuild all of Zendrick if we do so. Like we will benefit as a continent if we do so.
Trees is evil. Got it.
Trees is evil. Yeah.
Fucking elf.
Purifying black soul shards via the roots of trees themselves will, in fact, create a pure soul. The soul will be guided into the tree itself, or the roots will be connected to the earth is connected to the tree of life, which is the Yggdrasil, and the souls will be guided to the tree, hence the world tree, where the souls can either be passed on to their respective gods, to be reborn, to be turned into other creatures.
Be hit by a bus and isekai.
Yeah, basically. It's
Sure.
isekai.
That is the entire thing of Soul Crest, is that these can be purified if you wish. And that information, after it's passed through the years, and decades, and centuries through, will change the way that people see black soul shards.
And Exceed
where
races.
once it was, well, yeah, but as it once was before, it was these are bad, these create curses. They still do. It's still common terminology. But people who actually know what's going on now understand that there's also a different thing to be done. It now has a whole new meaning to have a cursed thing. Because now there's a way to purify it, where before it was just destroy it.
Don't eat the chicken raw, cook it.
Correct. With that, moving forward in any future campaign that has soul shards, Navora, we'll wrap in real quick. So if there's a cursed item, it's hella fucked. Because it's like,
You really
yeah,
don't
you
do
know
this.
you can fix that, right? And it's just actively
It's not accidentally cursed. It's intentionally
it,
cursed.
it ain't accidental anymore. It's full-fledged.
Illegal
That's
levels of
That's
weak-
the worst shit imaginable. I'm gonna make something out of that. Wrapping that up into a nice little bow.
Anything else that Rinky would do is mostly going to be based on what Yara does, because we're doing our thing. It's going to be linked, so on and so forth. Take it
Well,
away.
in that case, boom.
No pressure.
None.
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 You're not
none
the last
whatsoever.
person to speak. You're good.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Y'all could just like clock out. That'd be great. Basically, I think from that point we've got Yara returning back to Nadia to try and figure things out of we're going to burn Thea's laboratories, her stuff. We're going to get rid of things that were Torrens. And her goal is to be able to hopefully rebuild a better organization, rebuild and make it to what it was originally supposed to be in the first place. Torn was supposed to have like this whole thing where it was this is a starting point for adventurers. This is a starting point for heroes and for heroes of Zendrick. That's what she wanted when she was a kid, and that's what she was aspiring to. Whether or not that was like implanted in her head or not.
What ends up happening is you start this organization from the ground up because it had to be completely rebuilt. And funnily enough, paths that you didn't quite expect to, immediately cross back into each other is with Dro. As Dro is doing the same thing. He's trying to find a way to make it to where adventurers can adventure. To where every city has someone, every city has a place where you can at least get a start, where you can not be in crippling debt just to save lives.
Mm-hmm.
And both of you end up working together on that. Whether it be a lot or a little, it's completely up to both of you. You can keep it silent. But your paths cross again. Continue.
She would also try and for what it's worth return to Prozarek to see if she can find any remains of her mother. Whether or not that's like actually physically possible or not, the effort is made.
You find your mother alive and well, not in her home.
That was one of the things I fucked with in the journal.
She is alive and well, still demented, but alive and well.
You have family.
And she is just simply in a nursing home.
I forgot about that.
All expenses paid. She's been there. She has no idea how long.
I thought if I had Torin kill your mother, you might want to kill him. That's what.
I mean, it would be a shame that you parted ways with the high level cleric with healing spells.
It's really funny, George, that it feels like you just dropped little funny
Yeah.
bombs for yourself. along the way.
I did a lot of those. You should see my plans that I planned out, especially to combat Luke.
Ugh.
It wasn't even really lyrics doing. It was a lot of just. It was a lot of assumption, and because it was mainly like just trying to get the information from Torin, and obviously he wouldn't talk or do anything with her.
The journal would have told you otherwise.
I feel like she would have read the original journal
Yep.
rather than your fabricated copy.
Which is weird because like that's like a past item thing, not a present item thing.
Mm-hmm. Either way, you find your mother in a nursing home. She does have dementia after having her skull caved in a few times. She is doing good for the most part, recovering decently. All expenses paid, nurses round the clock, living her best life. Because man, literally, all of them are always, every single day is just a brand new day. She doesn't have the sad, horrible, awful version of dementia either, where she randomly snaps back into it. Now she just dumb as hell all the time, which is just great. So she's just happy as can be, literally every day.
Ignorance is bliss.
Exactly. Every day she sees you, she's like, "Oh my gosh, Yara, you look great," and that is how she starts every single sentence when she sees you, or every single day when she sees you.
Mm.
You look great. Oh my gosh, Yara, you look so great, and you've grown up so fast. Every single time.
Honestly,
And it's
could
really
have
sweet.
asked. You could have asked for anything better, to be honest.
That's a good ending, honestly.
Yeah.
We take those.
Yeah, we take those like wins. I'm just trying to organize my thoughts here because that really threw me for a loop. Reaching out back to Zarius to figure out like, do we need to get rid of any of Thea's things, or like how are you able? Because like she left on the note that we're gonna use a soul shard to find Thea.
Yeah, and I will. I will find Thea because I have to eliminate her.
You ain't the only one, brother.
Yep. It's going to be a long,
It's gonna
fun
be
game.
a race between you and Zari.
Yeah. So whether
Oh.
or not he shares that, I suppose.
I will say
And it's
that,
already kicking up. Sorry.
like, I will say a lot of what Zarius does with you guys on the surface is his forward-facing copy he made to be like, here, everything's fine, and then
Don't
actual
look at me.
Zarius is having a lot of fun things on other planes of existence and making sure Thea's gone. And keeping an eye out for Lyric popping up for some random reason. And always staying a couple steps ahead of Libitina, because, oh boy.
That's something you're gonna need to do,
Yep.
especially since someone offered a stoppy stabby dagger.
That
Yep.
thing you chose
Yeah.
for it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Prevent teleportation, be able to
I
hit
like the
through the ethereal plane.
I do like the Planeswalker Bane. That one's actually really good.
It's like the perfect time for Libitina.
Yara,
Sorry. I'm
you're fine. You're fine.
totally
We
derailed
were all
now.
stalling for you.
Sorry, no, but I'm totally derailed at this point, so I'm like trying to get past the shyness and just let's see. Yeah, so she what I really want for her is to finally like be comfortable in her own skin. To like she leads her own organization. She keeps up, I guess, with the title of being, a hero in the United Army. And she tries to keep in contact with Dro. She tries to keep in contact with Zarius. It's Renki that she keeps in contact with the most. After a couple of years, just kind of standing on her own 2 feet, and feeling more confident and having a better outlook on life beforehand, thinking that her life was a, punchline to the gods. She's come to, full acceptance. And so she would pursue a relationship with Renki if that was on the table. I think you're muted, dude.
I am. That was the thing we discussed. Absolutely. That is on the table. So, however that happens is basically along the lines of he would invite her, and that'd be it. Of like, hey,
Crazy that you're really
definitely
truly getting that wood.
Yep, get in the wood, bro. 100. So, God, invited her over. Was like, hey,
That bark.
we got to be partners in this, bro. Like, I need your help, and I would want a relationship out of it, and that's how he'd start it.
Beautiful.
And I can throw this in now because I've been holding on to this against Hunter for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you guys have a kid, Zarius would very much try to end up as a warlock patron because he's an undead lich.
Dude,
just like,
that'd be fucking.
Yes.
That'd be great.
Oh, do you know
Did we
how I
have-
was
I
waiting
will
for Luke
say-
to say that?
I have a question for both of you right
Yeah.
now. Do y'all want to have a kid?
Ooh,
Ooh.
we got like
Yeah.
30 years, so like figure it
How
out.
many kids do you want?
Oh.
Ooh,
No, I want it right now.
roll a d6.
ooh,
I would
I'm
say
about it.
say eventually, yeah, Yara would be at a place to have kids.
Cool.
Your
Uh,
firstborn would have a
sure.
patron.
Sure.
All your
I
kids would
want
probably have gear.
I want both of you have to roll d6s because that's hilarious. Higher number equals how many children pop out. And we're
Roll
gonna do something
D6s?
fucking
Four.
awful after this.
Awful.
Uh-huh.
Minimum
Yep.
4
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
Why are you adding more
Minimum four.
torture?
Roll a d6, motherfucker.
Roll a d6.
4.
Perfect.
Four.
4 kids. Renki and why'd you roll this for? What? Oh, because you're looking at a sheet. Do me a favor, Renki and Yara. Make sure you've clicked on Yara's character token.
My bad.
Do me a favor. Roll a blind 4D100 for me, both of you.
Holy
Stuff
shit!
out their lifespans already, Mitch? Come on now.
Wait, so
Blind
just-
to both. Okay.
oh,
Man.
blind GM roll is that?
Yes.
is
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
4D100s.
Mm-hmm.
that
This is
correct?
your advantage.
Okay.
Yep, that was correct. Actually, it really fucking wasn't for you. We're actually gonna delete yours. How about you try that again? A blind.
I
GM
have it
roll.
set there, babe.
Yeah, I was blind.
It was blind.
Oh, why wasn't
That's
it?
fine.
It was definitely private looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked super private. That's so weird. Do it again.
Mine looks
Yeah.
a
Blind is
different
pink.
color.
Yeah, yours is fine.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah. Again.
Like
Yeah. Yeah. She's on the right
Again.
one.
again?
Yeah. Again.
Again. Maybe it just alternates colors.
One,
Think so.
two-
Let's find out together.
There it is.
Yeah, it's
no,
the
it's
same
pink.
color.
Oh, that's good. That's good shit right there.
Dude,
We
Nervous laugh. Let's
love
go.
that.
I want to know.
I hope the firstborn has
Cool.
like a 5-year lifespan and Zarius' contract is just gone.
So here's how this is gonna go. We're gonna go in order. Order, funnily enough, is gonna go right to left, because that's just funnier. Your first child has more of Renki genes than it does Yara.
Oh, okay. I see what we're doing.
Okay.
Okay, that's what this is for. All right, cool.
The second child
Second.
I actually have to look this up properly because this is where things are going to get fucky wucky.
I'm sorry. This is
Hilarious.
This
This is exactly why I took that fucking hit of weed. This is so good. I completely forgot that this was gonna happen, and now I'm here for it. I'm so happy.
okay.
So this is so great. How to explain this? Yeah. So the next child you have is where is it? I know it exists. I'm having a hard time finding it. Just give me one.
I can't afford.
Oh, there it is. Will be an Asimar.
Oh shit!
That's an interesting one right there.
We have an awesome kid.
Let's go.
I want that one.
That's his.
Yara,
This isn't some pick of the litter.
don't worry.
Oh,
Yara, you hit the lottery number of 90 or above to get basically a celestial child.
My God.
And this is a divine child born from the ancients and much
fuck.
more your power. This is a spellcaster. They are fucking powerful. And they will do great things.
Wow.
Moving on to the exact fucking opposite of that coin.
This is my
Yara
gene pool,
again,
baby.
just really either popping out champions or popping out bastards. Let me fucking tell you. I saw this a moment ago, and we are slamming this out. You pop out a hex blood.
What? What is that?
I blame Zarius.
So,
I blame
Zarius,
Zarius.
this would
This is
be
the one.
your little gremlin that
Absolutely.
you've blessed. These things normally turn into hags. Think of it as like a super tiefling, right?
Super Tiefling.
We're just gonna hurl this out there.
a super fey tiefling. Think of it that way.
Yeah, Zarius, and I know you two had the kid, but I'm saying Zarius. Zarius, this child does take a liking to you. This child takes a strong liking to
Because
you.
they're so bad.
To the point that you all, as parents, you recognize that Renki, you have
That
beautiful,
little bitch.
beautiful eyes. Okay,
My purple ones.
and Yara, you
Uh-huh.
too have beautiful eyes. Unfortunately, yours are normally blocked by glasses, but still, they're pretty. But this little fucker,
No.
he ain't wearing contacts. But there was one day he hung around Uncle Z for a while. He came back and he has some weird looking tealish, greenish looking eyes. Oh, they're pretty.
Fucked up.
And he will look at both of you. And anytime you ever ask, he'll just be like, Zarius taught me thaumaturgy. And that's it.
What a fuck.
Anyways,
This is so good.
Oh, fuck.
and for the last one, I will let you
My
both
favorite.
happily pick.
Yeah.
Your youngest child. We have a 29 and a 39. Both of these hilariously teetering on the other one.
What?
So you may either have a tiefling or a normal fucking kid. Whichever one both of you decide.
That one's gonna be my favorite. I want a normal ass kid, dude. I want to retire.
You
with
both have to
fucking-
decide, and let me tell you right now, Yara, if you want a tiefling, we're coin flipping this bitch.
I want a normal ass kid. I want the kid that's gonna be me, right? That's gonna be like
That's
the
not
normal
how-
guy,
That's not how childbirth works.
right? I want him to become what Rinky was, right? Like that
Yara?
from bottom up.
Yara,
I'm sorry, but
Here's the
But
baseball
imagine
glove,
elf,
son.
ASMR,
Yep.
Hexblood, Tiefling, none of them are all the same. They
you
all
already
have
have a
different-
normal.
How
You
many
got a
partners did you
normal
have?
fucking kid right out the bait.
Yeah,
gate,
your
brother.
firstborn. That's your firstborn too.
Yeah, your firstborn. You rolled a 49. You basically rolled a fucking 50. You got
Now-
the middle of the line kid.
Yeah. So you've got that. I kind of want this last one to be a tiefling or coin flip. Not gonna lie, just because like the first one is normal. First one
Yeah.
is normal.
Fair.
Yara?
the
Second one's Angel Child.
second one's
No, just for
what I'm
funsies.
confused
To be
about.
fair, if he is a tiefling, I would still love him just the same. It's still gonna be my favorite.
I love
right?
this child. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Uncle Zarius, if you don't love him, is gonna get a fucking grasp on him.
Yep.
Well, like
More
I-
progress.
either
The
that
last
or a
one
coin
scared
flip.
me, dude. This one's my favorite.
All right, hold on.
Are you coin flipping?
I've coin flipped. I'll reveal it in a minute. Yara, what do you want?
It's
I can
okay.
delete this coin flip right now. Whatever you want.
I'm not good with on the spur stuff.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
You
I'm
can
really
go coin
not.
flip then. You can go
It's
coin flip
okay.
then. Or no, all right. How about this? How about she calls the coin flip numbers?
Sure.
No,
What are the coin
'cause,
flip
like,
numbers?
I don't.
They're already
so
done. My hands are up.
understand- Right. I don't understand the third one. Like you said, it was a tiefling, but not a tiefling.
It's a
It's
hexblood,
a it's
which
it's a
is
hex blood.
It is
a
a
little
hex
different.
blood. It is like
It's
a
basically
tiefling or
put it like
ASMR
this.
in the fact that it's half something, but it's half bay, and they typically turn into hags.
Yeah, this one's just gonna turn into Zarius's whatever the fuck. You've lost this child. This child is on
wow.
drugs.
So
You
even if I
know,
go
This
with
is the bad
tiefling,
child.
I don't have to worry about Zarius getting his hands on like
Oh,
the
he
last
might.
one.
You might.
Well,
You had kids.
he
You,
already
it's
he
too
already
late.
has his one.
You had
He already
kids.
has
It's
his
already
one,
too late.
you know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
There's also more than one Zarius right now.
You
You
shoulda-
see where I'm going.
Yeah.
You should have thought about
Yeah,
that
you can
before
get
you
good-
popped out the
you
first
can
three.
get Good Zarius.
Yeah, by the way, we don't know about like the real Zarius. We think the Zarius that
Yeah,
exists
yeah.
is
Yeah.
this one that
Zarius
has
is a
this
good boy.
store and is
Zarius
like
is
the
a good
good
man.
noodle. Like that's the person that we think exists here. Like that's
Come on.
but once that
I'm
kid
gonna
comes out and that hexblood exists and he gets
gonna
back from
stick with-
Zarius.
What I said earlier, it's a tiefling.
All right.
Okay.
Renki.
Yep.
Which coin face are you rooting for? One or two?
I'm going for one.
Okay. Yara default. You get two. Look at that normal ass boy.
That
No,
normal
it
boy, dude.
It's 100%
Or
human.
me.
You're like, ugh.
Fuck, how did
So
that happen?
question:
Ticket.
how come it was so random?
What do you
Welcome
mean,
to
how
having
come it was
magic
so
in your
random?
blood.
Yep.
Well, so there's some multiple issues here.
There's some Tom fuckery going on here. You have deep ancient elf, like
Yeah,
600
you have
year old
crazy ass
fucking.
fable shit. You have your
Uh-huh.
magical ass.
Yeah, your
Just two
construct
souls in
ass
one.
that
You're
has
literally
two
two
fucking
dudes.
souls in there.
You have two
got-
souls.
Oh yeah, a
Yeah, you
Dean.
got. You should only be popping out tieflings, but you chose this guy, so you get to pop out other things.
Wait, a Dean was a
Imagine.
tiefling?
No, but you're a creature spawn. You are a creature spawned from like a construction, which basically is like, this is bad.
And Renki
get
was
devil
technically a warlock.
A cursed piece of shit.
That's true.
His
I do
bloodline's been
still come with drawbacks,
purified,
Yeah.
but
it doesn't
you're
matter.
also
has-
now, instead of just a a warlock patron, you're now, I mean, technically you're still a warlock patron, you know what I'm saying? You just play for a different team. Not a patron, but yeah, you know what I mean. Anyways, write those down because I'm sure shit gonna forget by tomorrow.
Oh,
That's fun.
fuck me. Oh, man. Okay, hold on.
I
Normal
love how,
kid,
like,
ASMR, God.
I already know that Luke
Uh,
has got his fucking third one written down,
Hex
handpicked,
blood.
fucking.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
their
name
four
them whatever
kids are
you
gonna
want.
have
I'll give
some,
that one to you.
As they grow up, they're gonna have some pretty absurd armor, at least.
Hex
Thanks,
blood,
Uncle Joe.
Zarius
Like, I have
kid.
kids. Like, here you go. Here's a fun little
Favorite
helmet or a vest. Oh, it's the vest,
son.
right? Yep, just a vest. Why does this vest have 45 AC? What the fuck did you do? Don't worry about it.
Joe, what's
That's
this
what I remember
bracelet
off the
do?
top of
If
my
you
head.
ever have a problem, tap it, and it'll kill everyone in a 30-foot
Oh my gosh,
radius.
thank you. First human, then the second, last human. Yeah, that's basically what I put down. What I put down was normal kid, ASMR god, Hex blood, Zarius kid, and favorite son. So that's
Favorite son!
Yes. Well, all right. The
You're
first
gonna
one,
have some familial issues up in
the first one's mostly
Y'all
elf.
can
Yeah,
fight.
first one's
Yeah,
elf,
yeah,
there
yeah.
we
The
go.
first one is
we'll fight that out
Okay.
later. We'll-
the
Yeah,
first one is
we'll have
mostly
fun character creation. Like,
The first one's a
okay.
half,
So
you got it.
we'll do this. We'll do this, by the way, so you can both have this information as well. The first one mostly
Happy.
elf.
The first
The
one must be
second
elf.
one mostly elf. The second one mostly happy. The third one mostly elf. The fourth one mostly halfly. How fucking funny is that?
That's so
Fucking
good.
happies.
It's literally win,
Would you
win,
say-
win, lose, win, lose.
it
Or
was
lose,
mostly
win,
elf,
lose, win.
halfy, mostly elf,
Mostly
happy.
elf, half. Yeah, it's 1-2, 1-2.
Got it.
Elf half. Oldest to youngest descending. Now that we've gotten that out of the way,
That's hilarious. I'd rather end on that.
perfect.
That was great.
It could have been really funny. Mitch hadn't
George.
forgotten something important.
Hmm.
You have, yeah, no, actually, we will jump to that real quick. Just before we jump to that, your mother being alive spoils something really funny that Dro was going to do.
Yep.
Aw.
Dro, would you like to say what we were going to end the entire campaign's note on?
Abruptly, yeah.
The
Dro was
last sentence
gonna
of
adopt
the campaign.
Yara.
Oh, that would have been nice.
If you didn't
Was-
have a family left over, I would have adopted Yara.
That would have been very nice.
But no, she has a happy mother still alive. Like, cool, I'm gonna let that be there. He's like, oh, don't worry, watch this. And he's like, starts explaining how she's all happy. I'm like, neat, she's all happy with the family. He's like, wait, shit.
They're
She's
going.
still
He has like
she's still
the.
adoptable.
He has adoption
Still
papers, and he's like,
adoptable.
oh.
No,
Like, if you ever need a
no,
father
let it
figure in your
happen,
life,
dude.
Dro's
Let it
happily
happen.
there.
Someone, so in both real life and in the game, your dad can walk you down the aisle and then do the wedding ceremony.
She's fucking gone.
Yes.
Look, if she knows her mother can't go to like help with her, like I'd be happy to help.
Oh, shit.
Dro would still be happy to adopt you.
Yeah. Down.
That's
got
secondary father.
Hell
What
yeah.
Lastly,
What a way to end the campaign.
lastly, George, you have two characters you need to talk about, and I'll let you pick them in whichever order you believe is best.
One's chasing the other.
We'll start with
Actually,
Libitina.
Mhm.
After the day Libitina left all of you, her threats are not empty.
Who could have seen this coming?
She waits until you all start to die. Either from old age or from sickness or what have you. Except for Zarius. She's probably chasing Zarius down.
I mean, to be fair, there's multiple versions of him that you can show up at the end for.
Yeah.
Like, finally got him. Damn it, take again.
Damn
Stop
it!
doing this.
He's been eluding me for hundreds of years! Son of a bitch!
So annoying. Like, I wonder where he is. Looks to the moon.
I would,
Son of a bitch.
Libitina would have originally seeked out Thea. What remains of Thea. If, and snuff her out. Because after getting flattened by a couple whales, would have been prime time for that.
I have a homing beacon for her.
Yeah.
If Zarius didn't stuff her first.
And if, for whatever reason, if Libitina and Zarius cross path, then it would have been a temporary alliance to find Thea.
I will say with that sentence, if Zarius accepts, and I'm going to say this phrase, it has to be Zarius, not a simulacrum. Would you risk it?
Yes.
It's very simple. She will just tell you, I'll give you a head start after we're done.
All I need is one spell.
Wonderful.
Oh,
You
love
two
it.
manage
Eternal
to
chase.
find one Gilix Thea in her genuine form. You find one of her laboratories and destroy it. You find another one and destroy it. You find that she has a laboratory in every major city on Zendrick. She has one final laboratory somewhere that only one person has ever mentioned genuinely in this campaign. It has only ever been in DMs. You bastard. Yep.
To the moon. It's mine now.
The last and single place where her true philosophy lays is with a man that Matt knows a little too much about. His name was never spoken in this campaign, but once as maybe a couple of times as a meme, but never even introduced. His name is Zanzel. He lives in Flamekeep. And Zarius, you wanted to fuck with my last campaign as a meme. Unfortunately for you, I also wanted to fuck with my last campaign as a meme, which is why I never explicitly said, yeah, I just kept giggling and needing more information. Thea made a lair with Zanzel because Zanzel wanted to understand necromancy magic better. And you go into Flamekeep, and you both wreak hell on this place. And you leave. And then Zanzel nukes Flamekeep with a meteor. That is actually canon. That is genuinely what happened. He's like, son of a bitch, I'm starting over. Anyways, Zarius, Libitina, you find the last remains of Thea in her laboratory. You dispatch any creatures that she has in there. You break every single pot until her last true self comes out of the last fleshy orb. And with it, a single a single teal stone embedded in her tongue, her phylactery,
Hmm.
and the last child. It is very simply an emerald stone. It's been heavily enchanted. Her entire way of coming back was really simple. If she ever ran out of bodies, she'd come back to this place. And her soul would always be trapped in the last body in descending order. And this is the last body. You very easily managed to cut the tongue out of this, adult. This one looks to be about maybe 19.
Not no more.
Slice the tongue off. Easy peasy. Carve out the muscle. You find the emerald.
I'll be taking that.
I don't want it.
Oh. I'm well aware. You have your
Each
own to
one
take
at a
care
time.
of. I'll see you around, Zarius.
I like to still be friends, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Bye.
Teleports out.
The stone.
Tina, as you
No,
slink
no, no.
into the shadows.
Plane shift
Oh.
out. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
You have to
Tina,
chase
as
me.
you slink into the shadows, ready to catch him and pounce, he casts a spell. You thought it was going to be teleport. You were kind of anticipating that. but
No,
he
I
casts
made
friendship,
my word.
fucker.
I wasn't gonna chase him right then and there. Besides, I have
No,
this.
he only needed one spell.
Yeah, he only needed the one spell. And
Yeah.
I have a
And
stone.
fancy dagger.
I have a stone to take back, and that will go straight to Merkel. For he can,
Oh, Christ.
so he can do what he wills with it.
All you need to know is Dad, his last words that you hear speaking to the stone, to the soul, is several dozen? Shakes his head. 100? 1,000? Thousands? It's just kind of waiting.
Mhm.
What this means, normally whenever he stares at someone, he counts the amount of times they've died. The amount of lives they've had. Several thousand. You will suffer several thousand times again. You
Oh,
feel so giddy.
the kiss of death, a rarity.
How true.
Oh, hey, Morden passed this along for you.
Yeah.
This is
By
from
the
the
way.
apostle.
The smith came.
Mhm.
I can't touch that. Nay, hands it, you know. You got a cool
Here's a
new
dagger
bandage.
specifically
It's pretty
designed
cute.
to hunt down Zarius, I guess. Whoops, sorry about that. I really didn't think you were hunting.
This is just the thing I needed.
Oh.
I'm gonna find Zarius.
Whoops!
Oh, I'm sure. No. See, Zarius helped you enchant that.
I don't think he did for this one, because
No.
I actually have access
You
to these spells.
literally
No.
can't. Wait, what?
I have access to both of those spells. That's why I was like, oh,
Yeah.
my spell list says, oh, they have funny spells in them.
I will
Like-
also say, I did say earlier, you can enchant some things.
Because
Brother,
they're
you're not
lists.
about to make some insane
forbidden.
fucking level shit. Uh-huh, I hear you. You're not hearing me. No. You can make cool things. You can't make that cool things without his help.
And it works exactly as intended, except against me.
Mm.
Sure.
Hey, you know
Which I
how
hate,
we gave her
but-
that fancy armor that was like, oh yeah, it changed as soon as you touched her? She can adjust items.
Uh,
True. Either way,
with that,
Libitina, this is your story.
after that gets resolved, during Renki's and Yar's time, they'll get theirs, whether it's sickness or old age, whatever it may be.
I want to add something to that to make that even better because I want to give it back to you a little bit.
Mm.
Whenever it's his time, it's old age, and it's his time. You watch him walk down the steps of his house, of the big tree house.
Got it. I push you down the
Sword in-
stairs.
Yeah, no. Great, never mind. I was gonna be like, "Hey, it's a big battle that we talked about we were gonna have," but okay.
No, that big battle
Okay.
happened years ago, and I won.
I'm sad. I died down the stairs.
No, whenever you do see her, it's not a welcome. Just so you two are aware, when you see her, it's not a welcome.
Oh no, I had a line that was
Oh.
a little more harsh towards Lipitina if she would ever reappear. again.
When your time and when your ticker starts to, she'll be there just standing, looking at you.
So creepy, man.
Just
And it'll just be, it's time now.
And then die of natural causes or
Well-
whatever, and then she takes
No,
it.
I'll stab you.
I don't know if it.
Oh,
fits.
okay, great. No,
I don't know if it
I
fits.
want to fight.
Oh,
that, though.
then before that, you have no idea what I've gone through to get to where I am, where I look at you and I feel nothing.
Good.
Renki, specifically when Yara passes, she'll pass long before you do. You hear her whispering something under her breath. You can't hear it no matter how hard you try. And then she passes. Renki, in your final moments, several years later, you're weakened, you're old, you can't hardly move anymore. There's fight in your heart, but the bones are unwilling. As you're sitting there in a stump that you carved out, your children looking at you. You see Libitina. Same thing. All your kids look at you as you go to say something and they can't hear it. Libitina, you sever the link. The ancients. You drag his soul to miracle.
Dro, on the other hand, very much
Well,
different.
I will say before then, you will, Yara and Renki, you will both see each other's souls in the afterlife. She at least brought you two together.
Yeah,
Let's go.
the dead only have one place to go.
Exactly.
That's fair.
That's not entirely true.
Eh.
Yeah, where did
Dro, on
they
the
go?
other hand,
Dro, on the other hand, is very
God.
different.
Yeah, The
Dro,
300 years after the events of all that pulled down, I have my average life expectancy. Very long life.
when you eventually start to die, and there will be a moment where you believe you're falling asleep, and when you wake, you kind of wake up, you're in the temple you created in New Mecca.
It wasn't a permanent temple.
It wasn't? Because I would
I could
assume
make it a permanent if they told me, like, hey, you can
wouldn't
make
have.
one.
Yeah,
Like,
you wouldn't have made it permanent over decades and decades and decades.
I mean, if I got permission, I originally just offer the dagger, but they said, hey, you can just take that spot and if you
Yeah.
want to put a temple of Mord in there, cool.
yeah,
Sure, I'll do
absolutely.
that. And I've absolutely done that.
I thought it was going without saying. Honestly, when
Yeah.
you said I'm putting this temple here, I was like, oh, bro,
Yeah.
he made
Yeah.
a temple.
he made
bro.
a
Let's
fucking
go.
temple. I thought,
Yeah.
yeah. No, she would bring you to the temple for you can, when you pass, you can be as close as you can to your god. And she would sit by your side and give you one last compliment. You are the greatest smith I have ever met. And there is no one that will ever be able to match you.
Am I awake during this, or is it like, oh yes, just asleep kind of thing?
It's kind of like your dying moments and out of body experience kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can respond.
The future holds unlimited possibilities. I will never be the best, but I can always dream.
Then sleep, my old friend, and dream.
And I passed into the Hall of Moradin, I assume.
As you pass, you see Libitina there. You see Morden far away. And she helps guide your first few steps. As they're normally very, very odd to walk. But with her next to you, it seems almost easy. When she lets go, Morden smiles at you, gives her a nod. You're welcomed into his holy light.
There
To forge
is
souls for an eternity.
a moment after he is gone. She ponders the words of what he said. Someone out there can be better. And she looks at Dragon Tooth. Then I better start looking.
Never.
And it's all about the
And then
infinite chase if
lastly-
you have an infinite lifespan.
But then there's
and
Lyric.
lastly,
Yes, I wanted to see this
Lyric
Died in a ditch somewhere.
Mephisto.
About time.
In a box, broken bones. We flash back to the moment where he steps through the gate. Before all of you start tumbling down in what remains of Secure's palace, tower, whatever you might want to call it. And as he walks through this precipice of the other side of this gate, feeling Lou trying to fight him with every step, he just keeps singing the song in his head. What new world is this, where the dark meets the light, that calls me to act, spare or to fight? It gives me this power that shines burning bright. I'll get my freedom. It's right in my sight. I'll cross through this road of ashes and dreams. A world unfamiliar is not as it seems. With ashes and dust, my memories scream. A loss, my choice of what can be redeemed. In front of him lies 6 differently length shards, metal shards that he retrieved after coming back to Mecca. The process is almost done, and he feels the power coming, and he keeps singing the song in his head. One wish. I wish for Mephisto to be imprisoned until those who find these 6 keys unlock him from his chains, his sleep, and those who dream may traverse his dreams, and those who have nightmares will share in his, until those who are strong enough to end them once and for all step forth. We'll play this new game. Let's see what it's for. Casting Wish to imprison himself in a slumber to make sure Lou and him suffer for as long as it may be, until these keys, these shard pieces float up one by one and are dispersed into the mortal world, the material plane. For those who might find it, and those who dream, might find Mephisto slumbering.
And that, unless anyone has anything else, anything they've forgotten, anything they'd like to add, any last cap notes and capstones, speak now, forever hold your peace.
There is one thing. As he falls into a slumber, he looks at the locket one last time and clicks it open.
The locket.
A shattered soul gem inlined with it. And within that locket is a picture of what he took to make sure Lou never got back out. As Latona's image is on there, and there's this odd, very unsettling moment where the image seems to shimmer and move a bit, as is with all cursed objects. That will be around his neck as he slumbers.
Anyone has Foundry open and they see the picture? The top of the locket is blackened for a reason. It is the crushed remnants of her soul shard. With that, I can't think of a more beautiful, incredible way to say that is going to be the end of this campaign.